Thanks, Rita. Welcome to Wales Today. I'm Lucy Owen. The headlines. 18-year-old Mackenzie Morgan from Cwmbran was inspired by the Southport killer and wanted to bomb an Oasis concert. He's sentenced to 14 months at a youth detention centre for terror offences.
Mackenzie Morgan is undoubtedly a dangerous young man, and it is entirely appropriate he will now spend time in custody, where I sincerely hope he will be rehabilitated and go on to lead a productive life.
Also tonight, the Welsh Government says it will continue to fund a free baby book scheme, but concerns remain over its future. Does Wales need a new national park? It would stretch from North Powys to the Flintshire coast. Time is running out to have your say.
Hello, what's your emergency?
Basically, I'm driving on a motorway and my mum just fainted, so I have to crash the car to stop.
A police bravery award for 12-year-old Zach, who saved his mother's life by crashing their car after she fainted.
Even to this day, I don't see it as a big deal, but obviously, from other people's perspectives, it is.
And she's the Welsh traitor who caused mayhem in the castle. Fiona Hughes from Swansea joins me live in the studio. Good evening, Noswaith. A teenager from Cwmbran, inspired by the Southport killer, researched a copycat attack on a children's dance school and said he wanted to bomb the first Oasis reunion gig in Cardiff. 18-year-old Mackenzie Morgan has been sentenced to 14 months in youth detention after admitting possessing an Al-Qaeda training manual. The Old Bailey heard he had a list of places to attack. Jordan Davis has been following the case and has this special report.
Thousands of excited fans pouring into Cardiff for the first Oasis reunion gig. The city is packed and security is tight because every one of these fans was a potential target for 18-year-old Mackenzie Morgan, who researched knife attacks and praised the Southport killer Axel Rudakubana. Today he was sentenced at the Old Bailey in London after admitting possessing the same Al-Qaeda training manual as Rudakubana. The judge's sentencing remarks were filmed.
Your motivation appears to have been to emulate the extreme level of violence used by Axel Rudakubana in the Southport attack. I also have to assess the harm that was or might have been caused, and I place this in the highest category, that's category 1. The training manual provides instruction for methods of carrying out specific terrorist activity endangering life. And while I've considered carefully the submissions made by your counsel, my assessment is that harm was very likely to be caused, either by you or by someone else, since you sent the manual to others.
Welsh counter-terrorism police spoke outside the court.
Whilst I am hugely grateful to my colleagues for stopping a potential attack on young innocent lives, there really are no winners here today. Just a real sense of sadness that highlights the need for us as a society to really grip this issue and finally stop our young people being exploited in this way.
Police discovered the Al-Qaeda documents when they searched Mackenzie Morgan's phone. He'd saved specific pages on how to carry out a knife attack. And they discovered a list called Places to Attack. He told people on social media that one of his targets was the first Oasis reunion concert here at the Principality Stadium. Morgan said he wanted to carry out a copycat Rudakubana-style attack. Online, he praised the Southport killer, who murdered 3 young girls at a children's dance class. And he tried to acquire a knife. Among his list of targets, detectives made a chilling discovery. A picture of a local children's dance school here in the Cwmbran area, with instructions on how to get there. He'd even timed the journey. Location data on his phone suggested he'd been near the venue in the days before. And his own school was also a target. Morgan acted alone and had no apparent ideology other than a fascination with the violence perpetrated by Ruda Cubana. Dr. Joe Whitaker, an expert on extremism from Swansea University, says this poses a real threat.
So certainly for most lone actor terrorists, infamy is very often what they want to gain from what they're doing. There's a lot of theories as to why people choose to engage in terrorism, but personal significance is often one which rises to the fore. People often don't have that in their lives, and conducting this sort of attack is something that gives them significance, even if it's a horrible kind of significance.
Mackenzie Morgan has now been sentenced and represents a chilling reminder of the dangers lurking in the dark corners of the internet and the influence they have on young people.
And Jordan's with me now. A shocking case. What can we learn from it?
Well, Mackenzie Morgan acted alone. He wasn't aligned with any kind of banned groups such as Islamic State or National Action. And this is a trend we've been seeing for some time, a steady shift away from group-based extremism to lone actors with no apparent ideology. They're hard to detect, and they can be very dangerous. As the judge said today, Mackenzie Morgan appeared motivated only by the extreme violence carried out by Axel Ruda Cubana. The CPS say the research he carried out did not amount to an actionable plot, but the judge said today he does present a danger to himself and others. He's been sentenced to 14 months in youth detention, but he'll have to tell the authorities where he lives for the next 10 years. OK, Jordan Davis, thank you very much. A £20,000 Crime Stoppers reward is being offered for information that leads to the conviction of those responsible for the death of a man whose remains were found in a North Wales forest more than 10 years ago. The body was found in Clocaenog Forest in November 2015. It's believed the man was born before 1950 and was likely to be of Caucasian heritage. It's also thought he died sometime between 2004 and 2011. Now, after concerns over the future of a scheme which has handed out free books for newborn babies for a quarter of a century, the Welsh Government has said it will be saved in the short term. Every year, thousands of parents receive Book Start packs, usually via a health visitor. But funding is due to stop within weeks. The government says the scheme will carry on after March, with the charity which runs it saying it's open to discussions. Here's our education and family correspondent, Bethan Lewis.
For 25 years, parents in Wales have been getting free books to read with their babies.
She does like reading books. I mean, she obviously can't read them. She just stares at the pictures, but she's often grabbing them and, yeah, trying to put the corners in her mouth. She does like a flat book as well, so it's nice that these have things that different textures that she can pull on and play with.
The Book Start scheme includes free packs for toddlers too, other targeted support, as well as advice for parents on how to read with young children.
It's help to the development and language skills and bond with the parents, I think, especially, rather than young kids using the mobile phone.
From the end of March, direct grant funding to run the scheme is due to come to an end. That risks years of work building expertise, says the charity that runs it.
More than 1 in 4 children in Wales live in poverty. And we know, evidence shows, that reading, especially in the early years, helps children overcome those inequalities that they face. So the Book Start and all the Book Trust Cymru programmes are about putting in a deeply embedded early years reading journey that's delivered by those services that work on the front line, so health visitors in the NHS, librarians, nurseries, charities that work with parents.
With the future of these free packs and Book Start's reading support in doubt, Wales's Children's Laureate described the situation as heartbreaking. But after some of these concerns were raised, the Welsh Government said in a statement today, "We will make sure the Book Start programme continues beyond March." It said Adnodd, its education resources body, is working with Book Trust Cymru to agree the continuation until new arrangements are in place. Off we go! With concern about literacy standards in Wales, Adnodd have already said they're reviewing how best to support early years literacy. Responding to today's developments, Book Trust Cymru said it's keen to explore solutions that ensure babies and young children in Wales get reading support.
Now, does Wales need a new national park? Whatever your view, if you live in the 5 counties which the proposed Glyndŵr National Park would cross, you have a month from today to have a final say. If it is approved by the Welsh Government, the new park would cover more than 350 square miles, stretching from North Powys to the Flintshire coast. Here's Brendan Williams.
About as stunning as it gets. So do areas like these need to be in a national park? The Welsh Government asked Natural Resources Wales to investigate whether this vast proposed area met the necessary criteria. NRW says it does, and now a final decision will rest with ministers. But what could it mean for people living there?
There's no doubt that national parks can boost tourism, but take a town like this, Llangollen in Denbighshire, already a tourism hotspot. Does it need more visitors? Could the town and the surrounding roads cope with even more tourists? But it's not just about tourism. National parks can also bring their own set of often stricter planning rules, and they can influence house prices. With so many factors to consider, it's little wonder this divides opinion.
If the Glyndŵr National Park gets the go-ahead, the current proposed boundary would cross 5 county councils. Not one of them has yet backed the move, and 3 are objecting.
We were very clear from the start. You can do what you like to create a national park or upgrade the national landscape that you have there around the existing facility, but don't come into Powys with this. This isn't something we feel our communities would welcome, and that's very much the response that both our elected members locally and communities have strongly pushed back on.
2 years ago, farmer Sarah Lewis was worried because her village of Llanrhaeadr and Mocknant in Powys was in the initial proposal for a park. Now it's no longer included, but some of her farmland still is. And she says even though the village itself sits just outside the proposed border, the community would still suffer.
As farmers and as businesses, we actually want to go about our normal everyday life. We are not here as a play park for the vast majority of people within the UK. We never stopped people coming to Pistol Rhaeadr, but we cannot cope as a community with a vast influx as we note in Banabacheniog and in Snowdonia National Park.
Roughly 30 miles north in Flintshire, a very different opinion.
I think there are lots of positives to having the national park here. I want to see a community that is thriving, a rural town landscape that is thriving, with money going into the retail sector. I want to see accommodation sector that is thriving. I want to see a landscape sector that is thriving. And I think all of that could happen with a well-managed national park.
After 3 years of studies, Natural Resources Wales has now made a designation order, meaning it believes the area passes the tests to be classed as a national park.
What happens now is on Friday the 16th, there'll be a formal notification period where the designation order is available until the 15th of February for local authorities and other bodies and communities and local people to make final representations on the designation order.
The Welsh Government will decide the next steps before the end of this Parliament, meaning we could know within months whether Wales is to have a 4th national park.
You're watching Wales Today, still to come in the programme. With disappointment behind him, Elfyn Evans looks ahead to this year's World Rally Championship. Could this finally be the year he takes the title?
And it's looking like a fairly quiet weekend. Saturday's the brighter day with sunshine and showers. Cloudier for most on Sunday. A full forecast on the way. A 12-year-old boy from Ebbw Vale who saved his mother's life by crashing their car after she fainted has been given a Police Bravery Award. When Nicola Crump lost consciousness on the A40 near Ross-on-Wye, her foot got stuck on the accelerator. Zach guided the car into the central reservation
before calmly calling 999. David Grundy reports.
Hello, what's your emergency?
Basically, I'm driving on the motorway and my mum just fainted, so I had to crash the car to stop.
It was a trip to Birmingham's Christmas markets that could, had it not been for the quick thinking of 12-year-old Zach, have ended in tragedy.
Oh my goodness, is everybody all right?
Well, I mean, she's snoring, so I think she's okay.
When Nicola passed out at the wheel of their car, Zach took control and steered into the central reservation, bringing the car to a stop before calling 999.
Mum, can you hear me? Can you move your hands if you hear me? Yeah, I don't know, I'm really scared.
After calling the police, Zach spent the next few minutes reassuring his mum as she regained consciousness.
I passed out. Yeah, and you accelerated fast. Oh, Zach, I'm sorry. No, Mum, it's fine. I just drove the car. It's really easy. Oh, it's fine. I'm worried about you, not me. I'm fine. I'm sorry. No, Mum, you're okay.
1 month on, Zach and his mum have been invited to West Mercia Police Headquarters, where they meet the 999 call handler and police officers who attended the scene. Zach was also presented with a special commendation from the Chief Constable. It's an award that's given out only to individuals for exceptional bravery and outstanding courage. It's an award that's rarely given out, so it's an extra proud moment for Mum.
Oh, it's just been incredible. I'm just so proud of him, and it just shows like I'm so appreciative of the effort that everyone have gone through to make such a fuss as Zach today.
Zach is a bit more blasé about the whole thing and more interested in the police cars and motorbikes.
Even to this day, I don't see it as a big deal, but obviously, from other people's perspectives, it is.
While he might be humble about his actions, everyone else believes this quick-thinking 12-year-old is a hero.
He really is. Well done, Zach. Now, if you're one of more than 10 million viewers of the BBC's hit series, The Traitors, well, our next guest needs no introduction. One of the breakout stars of the current series has been Fiona Hughes from Swansea. She made waves on the show as a secret traitor operating in plain sight. Fiona, it's so lovely to have you here. We are going to chat in just a moment, but first, here's a reminder of the moment Fiona revealed her identity.
Women of a certain age should be listened to, and I feel as if I've been listened to. Thank you all for being wonderful, wonderful people. I will never, ever forget you. You may be very surprised to hear that I am a traitor.
Oh, it's TV gold. Fiona, you're a wonderful contestant. What's it like seeing that moment back now?
Do you know, I thoroughly enjoyed it because they were wonderful contestants and it's a game and I couldn't win it. I was up against two fantastic, strong characters and powerful. So to actually stand up there and to tell all the other faithfuls, well, you've got it right. But I was the mistress of my own downfall anyway. It was my time to go.
Oh, well, you were the show's first ever secret traitor. So what was it like having one up on the actual traitors for quite a bit of the show?
That was wonderful. It may have gone to my head, I think. It was amazing to be given that honour by Claudia. And you know, not knowing originally how do I use this power, this red cloak. And so the names I was sending upstairs to the turret were people who I believed had come across when I'd first met them as the most faithful, that I didn't ever think they could ever be traitors. So I was hoping that my colleagues up the stairs in the green capes would understand exactly why I chose those names. I'm not sure they ever did pick up on that, mind.
You said that you orchestrated your own downfall, but you were responsible for possibly the most explosive Traitors episode ever, when you tried to out a fellow traitor.
Yes.
Do you have any regrets about that now, though?
I wish I could tell you, Lucy, that yes, but even having a lot of self-reflection, No, because I realised very quickly that Rachel was such a phenomenal player. She's majestic in the way that she's carried out this role. Absolutely brilliant. And I knew that she would throw me under the bus. And I was just waiting for an opportunity and it wasn't coming. So I just took that little chance and decided to run with it. And of course, it spectacularly blew up in my face. My cunning plan was not cunning.
Well, you were absolutely wonderful. And obviously, you're a good Swansea girl. You're a Swansea City fan, but you are now a star. How are you coping with this newfound fame? Can you walk down the streets in Swansea without getting mobbed?
Yes, of course I can. I think us Welsh people, we don't take much notice, really. We're not that type of race, I don't believe, you know. But I do get, oh, Fiona, can I have a photograph? And that's lovely. But I'm still very grounded and realise I'll be chip paper in a month. So.
Oh, you will never be chip paper to us, Fiona. I was wondering, do you keep in touch with your fellow traitors?
Yes, we do. We have a very active WhatsApp group and we're full of fun. I mean, it's, you know, I think people the viewers really invest in it, which is fabulous. That's what we want. That's what it's all about. But it is a game, and we all went in playing our way, if you like, and I certainly went in playing my way. But yeah, we're very close.
And it's funny, it's the final a week today, but you're watching it like the rest of us. It's strange to think that you were in the castle, but you still have no idea who's won.
No.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Who would you like to see win?
It has to be Team Traitors. This apparently is the Traitors sign, so it's going to have to be Team Traitors. I want Rachel. Rachel has been amazing, and definitely I'm hoping she'll take Stephen with her all the way. Yeah, Team Traitors for me.
Yes, you are faithful to the Traitors.
I am.
Oh, well, Fiona, honestly, you were absolutely wonderful. We all loved watching you, and you went too soon. You went too soon, but thank you so much for coming in to chat to us.
A pleasure.
Take care. Now, after coming agonisingly close to the World Rally Championship title in recent seasons, the spotlight once again is on Wales's Elfyn Evans as a new campaign approaches. The Toyota driver has established himself as one of the most consistent performers, but the big question remains, will this be the year he finally becomes world champion? Here's Thomas Daviv.
November last year, and Elfyn Evans saw his championship lead evaporate in the Saudi desert, finishing second for the 5th time in 6 years. The outcome, unfortunately, familiar, but there hasn't been too much time to reflect. 54 days after missing out in the Middle East, a new championship beckons.
We've been in the position before where we've come close, but no cigar as such, and yeah, of course, it's very disappointing. You know, that is the target, and when you don't achieve the target, naturally there's disappointment. But luckily, with the intense calendar we have, there's very little time to reflect on that, and it's straight into preparation for the new season.
Monte Carlo is the destination next Thursday, where the challenge isn't just speed, it's survival. Elfyn Evans will have to face a relentless mix of dry asphalt, slush, sheet ice and snow, often all within a single 10-minute window.
We have a fair idea of what to expect, but there are a few new challenges in Monte Carlo, a lot of new stages, and the conditions there always throw up a surprise. So yeah, it's always a bit of a lottery, in fairness, to start the year, and yeah, all you can focus on is doing the recce as well as possible next week, and then going on with the job and doing as well as we can.
Elfyn is back home in mid-Wales, where he learnt his craft. But the Welshman says there are fewer opportunities now for younger people to get involved in the sport.
It's not an easy sport to break through into, especially when you compare it to football or rugby, let's say, where you need far less equipment. And also, I would say that the opportunities for youngsters is more restricted by the structure at the moment, and it's a shame to see that there's a lack of, let's say, one make series or these type of prize incentives that I focused on as a youngster to try and get my breakthroughs. And I think there are opportunities there, but let's say there's fewer than perhaps there were years ago.
The national governing body, Motorsport UK, says it exists to get more people enjoying the sport more often, and have recently launched a rally academy to support talented drivers. Last year, Elfyn Evans was denied by teammate Sébastien Ogier, who celebrated a record-equalling 9th world title. But Evans believes he can come back stronger and put an end to the sequence of near misses and finally clinch that elusive world title.
Well, time now for a look at the weather. Sue's here with a forecast for us for the weekend. How's it looking?
Lucy, thanks very much. Well, it's a quieter end to the week and start to the weekend. There's some rain in the forecast, a mix of sunshine and showers on Saturday, and tomorrow's probably the brighter day of the weekend. It's turning cloudier for most with some drizzle on Sunday. It's been a day of sunny spells and scattered showers, those showers heaviest in the west, some even with hail and thunder like here in Llandarcy. The best of the drier, brighter weather further east. Blue skies in Rhuthun in Denbighshire. Now tonight, more persistent rain for a time in the east, showers in the west with drier, clearer spells in between. Not quite as chilly as last night at 4 to 6 Celsius for towns and cities, but we could still see some mist and frost patches, especially in sheltered rural spots. So a quieter weekend in store. High pressures building across Eastern Europe and Scandinavia, with low pressure developing in the Atlantic, and we'll be in the zone between the two. Some dry weather with showers on and off. Tomorrow then, still a few showers around, heaviest further west, that hail and thunder risk. A lot of dry weather too though, with sunny spells breaking through more widely by the afternoon. Variable cloud, gusty southeasterly winds along exposed coasts. Highs between 8 Celsius in Powys and 10 in Gwynedd and Cardiff. Now, a warm front pushing in from the continent will edge westwards overnight into Sunday, and that will bring thicker cloud. So more extensive cloud on Sunday, thick enough for some light rain and drizzle further east. The best of any brightness will be to the west of high ground, lighter winds and feeling cooler at 6 to 9 Celsius. And then it's looking fairly quiet too heading into next week. More rain at times and with temperatures around average for the start of the week, but signs of things turning colder again by the end of next week and into the last week of January. Lucy.
Sue, thank you ever so much. And that is Wales Today. We'll be back after the BBC 10 o'clock news with the latest for you. But for now, from all of us on the programme, have a great weekend.